When was the last time that you took a look at your website from a potential listener or a potential advertiser? Well, today we'll talk about how regular content audits can help maximize your website's potential.
You're listening to Better Radio Websites, the definitive podcast for radio professionals who want their websites to generate more traffic and substantial revenue. Get time-tested techniques, secret tricks, and valuable tools in online content, marketing, analytics, security, social media, and much more. Ready for your radio station to dominate digital in your market? Here we go.
Hi, it's Jim, and welcome to Better Radio Websites, the podcast that wants to help you get more visitors and the most revenue from your radio station website. Thank you so much for tuning in this week, and if you haven't checked us out on YouTube, be sure that you do so and like and subscribe. It helps the channel and the podcast grow every time that you do that. And be sure that you're subscribed to the podcast if you're not as well. And share it out to your radio colleagues. Let other folks know where you're getting this great content. Well, I spent most of this past weekend updating skyrocketradio.com, our company website, and I noticed that a lot of the content that I had there really wasn't written as effectively as I wanted to. I mean, things change over time, and the way we talk kind of changes over time, and just everything about our company kind of it grows and ebbs and flows. And so I wanted to update everything in a kind of a more current voice. And so I decided to share this episode on the importance of regular content audits, actually going back and looking at your website, whether it be your station website, your Advertise With Us page, or if you have a corporate website, go through those with fresh eyes and look for things that need to be updated. Because when a website is stale and stagnant, and it may not be portraying the best message that you want it to. All right, so let's talk about radio stations. I mean, they're more than just digital billboards. They're dynamic platforms that we use to engage with listeners and drive advertising revenue. That's what it's all about, getting more revenue. Well, regular content audits ensure that your website resonates with your audience and reflects your station or your group's brand and offerings, because everything about your station or your group may change just a little bit over time, as it does with my company. You may have more advertising opportunities that you didn't 6 months ago. Different things that you're promoting, maybe a new app or something like that. And so the website needs to be updated with all of this information so that your listeners and your advertisers know everything that your station has to offer. So why focus on content in your annual website audit? Well, fresh and relevant information. We just talked about that just a little bit. Listeners, they rely on our websites for all kinds of information. Local news, events, sports scores, swap shop listings, obituaries. It runs the whole gamut. Well, advertisers also rely on our websites for information about the services that we provide. Annual content audits ensure that all the information is up to date and reflects your current programming and events. Are there links in your main menu that point to pages that maybe should have been deleted or updated months or even years ago? Those things exist. And so a website audit will bring these things to light. Engaging or dynamic content, you may want to think about adding more things to encourage engagement, because radio is all about engagement. That relationship that we have with our listeners, well, your website should be that too. Regular audits can identify opportunities to add interactive elements like polls, music surveys, listener feedback sections, all of this to keep your audience coming back day after day. Look at your website with fresh eyes. Why should you come back tomorrow? If there's no reason, well, then there's no engagement. So look for opportunities to present new and exciting ways to bring listeners and advertisers back to your website on a regular basis. Then you want to think about SEO optimization for better reach. Your website's visibility on search engines can make a big difference in attracting new listeners. Auditing your content for SEO ensures that you're using the right keywords and strategies to appear in relevant searches that are relevant to your radio station and the content that you have there. Small things like giving images the alt and title tags to match your content, and including links within news articles. All these little bitty things go a long way to help maximize your content within search. Now, if you have a WordPress website, look into adding plugins like Yoast SEO. That's one of the ones that we use, mainly because it's free, to help you maximize the SEO benefits of each page and post that are on your website. Now, of course, Yoast SEO has a paid version. We don't necessarily need that, but what it does is that will give you can read your content, and then it will give you kind of a score, red light, yellow light, green light, on where you are as far as your keywords, if you included links or photos, that sort of thing. It's very cool. The free version is really all you need. And WordPress is it's search engine friendly by design. But yeah, Yoast SEO and some of these other plugins out there, SEMrush, they will all kind of boost that SEO goodness of everything that you post online. Then let's look at constant brand messaging. An audit will kind of bring some of these to light. This is what it did for us because we want to have a certain message of everything around our website. Your website should echo the voice and tone of your on-air content. A content audit can maintain consistency in your brand messaging, strengthening listeners' connection to your station or your group. There's a certain way that your station, a rock station, all of the content on there is going to be in a different voice than on a classic country station. That is what I mean. So your station or group has a specific voice. You want to make sure that you maintain that across all of the content across your website. All right, so then let's look at multimedia integration. Radio stations have a unique advantage of utilizing audio content. Are you putting any of this on your station website? Regular audits can assess how effectively you integrate podcasts, recorded shows, interviews, other types of content like that enriches your website's experience. Maybe adding video would be something that would bring listeners back to your website on a consistent basis. So then let's look at turning content audits into more listener engagement and to more revenue. A content-focused audit is really more than a maintenance task. It was for us this weekend because we finally added mobile apps to our website, so we decided to just go through every page and post on this website and make sure that it was up to snuff. And it was very enlightening. But it's not just a maintenance task. It's a strategic tool that you're doing in order to enhance listener engagement and advertising potential. We're talking about your station website now. By ensuring that your content is fresh, relevant, and engaging, you retain the current audience and attract new listeners, and most importantly, hopefully new advertisers, because again, that's what it's all about. Now, some actionable steps that you can use in your website content audit: you can review and update station information, ensure that all of your station information is correct, including contact details, the DJ bios, they're all current. You're not showing somebody who left the radio station 2 or 3 months ago. All of your schedules are intact, the current, and it reflects all of your on-air content. Everything that you're doing online, we've always said, needs to be represented in some way or another on your station website. Ensure that's still the case. Analyze your Advertise With Us page. Is it current, reflecting everything that potential advertisers need to know about what you currently offer? Maybe there is a new website sponsorship that's on your website. And so be sure that that is included as well. You can assess user engagement by checking which parts of your website receive the most traffic and engagement. Now, this insight alone can guide your content strategy for the rest of the year because it shows you what your audience likes and what they consume more of. And when you notice what kind of content they consume more of, that's a strategy. You can use that to create more of that content and to ensure that those listeners are coming back for that content on a regular basis. You also want to check SEO performance. Use tools like the Yoast SEO and the SEMrush and stuff like that to increase your search engine optimization, update meta descriptions and titles of all of the keywords and stuff like that across all of your pages and posts. That's one thing that we did this past weekend. All of this goes to improve visibility online. A lot of folks think that because they found Skyrocket Radio in a search engine search that we know SEO. We do not. We're not SEO experts. We did not have an SEO team come in and do this for us. It is simply the things that we do, and there are other blog posts and podcasts about how we do search engine optimization on the keyword metas and putting the alt and title tags and images and optimizing your post for certain keywords. We just do the things that we should. And just doing the things that you should, you don't need an expert for. And so you just need to be told what to do. And we do that in other posts and podcasts. And so you also want to integrate new media. Kind of whenever you do this audit, say, okay, how can we integrate maybe more audio or more video to increase that engagement? We want to, again, look at our website with fresh eyes and say, okay, what brings me back tomorrow? If there's nothing, you want to start to look for things that will bring you back tomorrow. Consider adding new multimedia elements to enhance the user experience. One of my goals for 2024 is to add more video, not just the podcast like I'm doing now, but just adding more video to the website about everything, including a video explanation of everything that we do. And so that may be something that would be good for your Advertise With Us page. Have your morning show people jump in and say, hey, you're thinking about advertising with our radio station. Let me tell you why you should. And then go into details on how awesome the radio station is. So add elements like that to different places around your website to increase that engagement, because that's going to be a whole lot better than just looking at a Advertise With Us page with just a bunch of text. That's very hard to easily consume. But they'll click on a video button or a piece of audio talking about the most awesome ways to advertise within your market. All right, so wrapping up, the website audit or content audit is a powerful tool that you can use to connect more with your listeners and your advertisers on your website. By focusing on content, you can ensure that your site remains a dynamic and engaging part of your listeners and your advertisers' daily lives. You want to get them coming back tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. This approach will strengthen your brand, and it will open up new avenues for audience growth and for advertising revenue. Again, that's what it's all about. All right. Hopefully this content has helped you. Again, like and subscribe and share this content out, and we so much appreciate it. Have an awesome week online, making your radio station website better. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening to Better Radio Websites. Remember to subscribe, leave a rating or comment, and share this episode with your team and radio colleagues. For show notes, archived episodes, and more free resources, visit betterradiowebsites.com. Need help starting or making your radio website better? Visit skyrocketradio.com.